I filmed this video like 2 times already and had it in my head for a really long time, but it never came out quite right when I started editing it, so I really hope that this right now is gonna be the shot. So if you see that, I did it. I don't know why it's so hard for me to bring the message across that I want to bring across. We're gonna start at the beginning. Hey, I'm Hani, welcome to my channel. I didn't make a video last week because I worked my first ever 3D animation for university. Cue that because I think it will give you some kind of insight into what kind of person I am. Okay, so now that we all know what's going on inside my brain, I hope we can just leave that behind and you get more of an idea of why it is so hard for me to do anything in life. No. What is this? Never stick to just one topic. Okay, anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, this video is about movement. Oh yeah. Before I start talking about anything, I want to make a little disclaimer. This video is in no means trying to be like fitspo or you have to do this so that you can get that Instagram body, or I think you should work out so and so times a week or something like that, because I don't know, that's not really like what fitness, sport, whatever you want to call it, I love to call it movement, is about for me. Because for me it's all about a feeling, as I will try to continue to explain in this video. I have been personally active my whole life. My parents were really adamant about me always doing at least one kind of sport, because they were like, well, you have to be moving somehow, because I was really, well, you probably see right now, I do have a lot of energy. It's physically impossible for me to sit still for a day. So I tried all kinds of sports growing up. Football or soccer in America, I did kickboxing, I did martial arts, I did ice skating. I tried basically everything under the sun that was available in my small city where I lived. One thing though that has been a constant in my life activity wise has been dancing, because I started when I was 13 years old. I started in a hip-hop class, and then later on we founded our own dance group with a group of friends, and that has been going on since then and I really love it. So yeah, shout out to the mimicry girls if you're watching. If I had to name my favorite type of sport though, just the thing that I would do if I had the choice, it would probably be weightlifting. And I don't know why, but there's something about bench pressing your feelings away that makes me feel great. I think it's the combination of challenge against yourself versus the weights versus feeling strong. I don't know, there's just the whole mix of it. I really love it. But, and here we are at the topic again. Because I just went all around sport history of my life or something. But right now that's not really possible because all the gyms are closed and I am a broke college student with no money for a fancy home gym. I feel like that's the way for a lot of people, that a lot of sport institutions, not only gyms but also whatever you've been doing, a lot of things are just closed right now, and it's impossible for us to maybe do the sport that we regard as our favorite or that we would prefer to do, and then it's hard to motivate yourself to do anything else. And there's this whole thing with, I don't know, on the internet going around that you have to be especially productive in quarantine or something. Oh, you need to keep up your fitness level in quarantine, or how to keep all your muscle mass, and I don't like, why? At the beginning obviously I was also maybe a bit not worried, but I was like, oh man, I built all that strength and now I'm gonna lose it or something. But then I thought about it and was like, well, that's pretty stupid, because it's not like life is gonna end right now, and it's not like it's the end of the world, but I have so much time, and sometime Corona is probably going to be over and gyms are going to be open again, and I can just rebuild whatever I had, you know? It's not like something has been forever taken away from me. I should, rather than just mourn it, I should look at other chances that I have right now, you know? At the beginning of quarantine, I really got into running. I made this one video, which I've gotten a lot of feedback on my YouTube channel, so thank you for everybody who watched that, which was about that one show, Running with the Wind. And I tried the training plan from that, and that was the first time I really tried, I don't know, a running training plan, like really getting into running, having a theme or thinking behind running, and I really have to say I quite enjoyed it and it stuck with me ever since, even though I had a time in summer where I didn't run for about 2 months or something. But I've been slowly getting back into it again, because for me running, rather than being a form of exercise, is just a form of stress relief. Because I don't know if you ever just went outside for a run and just screamed, because that's the best kind of stress relief I can think of. I don't know, there's just something about when everything piles up on top of your head and you feel like you have neither enough time nor enough knowledge, space, whatever, and you feel so struggling under everything that is going on in your life. I feel like going out for a run and screaming is the best stress relief. I literally have a playlist that's called Run and Scream. Yeah, and I put it on and I run outside and scream. Luckily I run somewhere where there's not a lot of people around, because so far nobody has called the police on me. If you ever hear random screaming around your neighborhood, might be me passing through. In another way, running or any kind of exercise for me is a way to compete with myself on something that doesn't matter on the grand scale, you know, because I feel like if you achieve something, if it's a small achievement, for example, you beat your best time in running, or you don't even need to beat your time, but just running and feeling like you're giving your all when you come back, I feel like that is a feeling that gives me so much joy, because it's just a feeling for me. It's not something I have to share with anybody. It's just something that I compete with on myself, you know? Does that make any sense? I think especially in times like these where everything seems so uncertain, just having a benchmark for yourself, for trying to make yourself a better person in whatever small way it is. And if it is just going outside and giving your best on a run, or if it is just dancing around your flat for an hour until you're breathless and you're just smiling, you know, that is a kind of feeling, that is a certain type of emotion that movement can give you. And I chase that because it's a certain part of joy in my day that I long for. In a way, movement for me is crucial for my happiness, because I'm a person with a lot of thoughts, with a lot of anxiety, and if I lie or sit around too much, I get like those thoughts get the better of me. And if I just distract myself with something like physical activity, oh, physical activity sounds wrong, well, maybe not, but oh yeah, maybe you know what I mean. Those thoughts don't have as much place. I wanted to get onto the topic of dancing really quickly, because I'm passionate about dancing, but I want to tell this story quickly so that you get where I'm coming from. I was an au pair in Ireland 2 years ago, and when I first got there I didn't know anybody, I wasn't part of any sports clubs, and I didn't go to the gym either, because at that point I have never seen a gym in my life before. I was one of those people who hated the gym. So yeah, but then I joined a Zumba dance class. And at first I thought it would be like you see on TV, those super active, yeah, it's just gonna calorie burn, super masterclass of Zumba. I don't know, that sounds stupid, but you know what I mean? You get that certain type of Zumba class in your head, and I had that. And then I got there and it was just the Zumba dance class from your neighborhood with people over the age of 30, mothers and grandmothers alike, and I was probably the youngest person there actually. And at first I was like, damn shit, what have I gotten myself into? Like, I felt so uncomfortable because I was the youngest person. But then the dance instructor got on stage and she started the music and everybody started dancing together, and it was, I didn't notice it, but I just felt myself smiling the whole time through, where at the end of it my face hurt from smiling so much, just because it was a certain kind of energy in that room where it was just people coming together to dance together, to work out together, to break a sweat together. It was really, I felt part of a whole for the first time since coming to Ireland. And even though those were people way over my age and we didn't talk much or anything, it was just kind of that emotion in the room that it was impossible to leave that room not in a good mood. And I would be looking forward to that Zumba dance class every week, and it was really, really great. Because of course I've been to dance classes before, and I did hip hop for so long, where we always were working for performances or trying to perfect a dance or something, but that class wasn't trying to perfect a dance, and the dances would change every week and you never quite got the choreo, but it was just about that kind of raw, happy emotion to be moving in that room. I don't know, there was something about it. Dancing is such a beautiful form of movement. Just moving your body to music and having a great time. Isn't that fucking amazing? I'm sorry. You don't need to be weightlifting all the time if you can get the same feeling just having a dance around your flat for an hour. And I'm not doing that a lot right now because I'm sorry to my downstairs neighbor. He's probably annoyed at me anyway, but yeah. There's a lot of videos out there as well on YouTube where people do like dance with me workouts or anything, and even if you're alone in your room, it still kind of creates a little bubble of that energy that I'm talking about. At the end of this, let's get into the nitty-gritty, because I've been talking about movement in such an abstract way for so long, but I want you to understand what I mean. I personally do believe that movement is an integral part of a healthy life and a happy life as well. At least for me it is, you know. But I don't think that there's one type of way where you can, I don't know, improve your physical performance, become an Olympic athlete with the body of an Instagram model, you know? I don't think that's the way. I think the way should be do the type of movement that makes you happy, but do it in a way that challenges you, because a challenge is great as well, you know? You want a challenge, you want to get better, don't you? For me, at least, I do know that there are sometimes, you know, dancing around my flat is nice, but I do need a challenge as well, like a good run or weightlifting when it comes back again sometime, or learning a new trick, figure skating, you know, that type of small challenge that sport can give you. I think that should be a thing as well, where I'm always looking forward to it. In Corona times, everybody is sitting at home. I'm right now here in my small flat. It's not very big. I have just enough space to, I don't know, do one of those at-home workouts that YouTubers have been uploading non-stop. I also bought these kind of like, what they're called, bands from Amazon. They were like 20 bucks, best 20 bucks I spent in my life, because I feel like that kind of is for me what weightlifting was before, where I can get a small workout in with a certain type of resistance, and it feels it's just the kind of workout that I like. As I've been trying to guide through this video, I think there's so many types of things that you could do. Dancing, stretching, though, so many different types of exercise that are still accessible to you, even if you can't do the thing at the gym that you've always been doing. Try to find new things that you would like to do. Experimenting is fun as well. Like, I tried some of those at-home workouts from YouTube, and I have to say I'm not a big fan of those. You will never catch me do a HIIT workout. I'd rather do everything else. And it's not something that has to be part of a schedule in any way, because I know that people are saying, oh, you need to create this super, what's it called? Productive schedule. There's been actually weeks now where I haven't done anything, and that's okay. Before, I actually would have been dying to know that, oh, you didn't do anything for a week, like what did you spend your time doing, you know? I was always so kind of like strung up about sport, and I think that's one thing actually Corona taught me, is to slow down a bit and sometimes just listen to your body. And now I just do things intuitively, like I do something whenever I want to do something, but it's not something that I have to do, or my plan is all out the window and I can't do anything anymore. Like, sport to me right now is a really intuitive thing. You know, I just kind of switch it around and listen to myself and what I want to do, because this is my life, you know. I think that's a thing that I've been trying to teach myself this year more than ever, that this is my life, and time obviously isn't stopping for anyone. It's just going on. Even if 2020 has been a year like no other year before, I can't stop time, and I still want to live my life, you know? As basic as that. That's as basic as I can get. I feel again like this has been the third time recording and I'm still not making any sense, but I hope I got something across to you. I'm sending you all out there so many hugs, because I think everybody needs a hug. I sometimes need a hug, and I'm here like alone, and I'm like, oh well, I give myself a hug. That's why I'm looking forward to Christmas, so I can hug my family again. We all need to remind ourselves to not be so hard on ourselves, but to give our best every single day. And even if sometimes that's not working, that's okay. You know, you tried. That's the epitome of my life. I think in my yearbook, the last yearbook at school, my friends wrote as a quote that describes me: when you try your best, but you don't succeed. And thank you all for that. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, bye, be back on my channel.